you know that Wrocław in Poland is swarmed with dwarfs? Yeah, like little statues, not actual real dwarfs.
Hi, and welcome to Wrocław. Today I'm in search of one of the quirkier sides of Wrocław. I'm looking for the 300 bronze dwarfs hidden throughout the city. I've just bought these dwarf cards from the dwarf shop. They feature the most popular dwarfs, or krasnale as they're known in Polish, hidden here in Wrocław. My challenge today is to search for the dwarfs featured on these cards.
Wow, it's like Top Trumps, but for dwarfs. That is so cool. What I love about these things is, yes, they're a sort of a tourist attraction, but they're very interactive, right? This gives people the ability to go and explore the city, and you're not just seeing the dwarfs. Yes, that is the goal. You're looking to find all the different dwarfs, but you're able to then find all the other historical, all the cultural places that are around in between and at these locations. And so I think actually something like this is a really good tourist attraction because, as I said, it's interactive. It's meaning people have to actually do things, and it's fun for kids especially.
Just through the gated archway of Hansel and Gretel are the fireman dwarfs, and alongside them we have the guard to the dwarf city. He's nicknamed Sleepyhead, but luckily for him, the door is locked. Then across the square we have our next miniature hero. He's nicknamed the Veteran because he represents veterans of war. You see, all of the dwarfs here tell a story. They're not just a whimsical addition to the culturally rich city. Each one represents a different part of life in the city or a significant aspect of Wrocław's history. From serious or factual information, like the prisoner dwarf in the former city prison, or Mr. and Mrs. Dwarf outside the registry office.
That's so good. That each one has its own character. It relates to something. It relates to something in this city, and they tell a story. And that is so good because what you can do is you can go to these dwarfs and you can actually find out about the city and what life is like or what life used to be like. That's really good. So interactive and interesting.
To the more light-hearted or commercially driven appearances, such as the dispensers next to the cash machines, or Globe Taster outside a restaurant in the market square. It's now become a much-loved part of Wrocław for locals and tourists alike. For some, it brightens an otherwise ordinary walk. For others, it's the reason to have a walk. If you'd like to know more, there's an excellent website, krasnale.pl. Here in the meeting place, you can buy dwarf books or a map of the centrally located dwarfs. There's even an app dedicated to dwarf hunting. It's called Dwarf Wrocław, and I'm going to use it to complete my challenge today. Again, I used the free city Wi-Fi to download it, although it also works offline. It's available in English, Polish and German, features a comprehensive list and map, pictures and short information about each dwarf, suggested walking routes, challenges and much more. There's even a challenge that I'm doing today. It led me to Dumplinger, who is holding the traditional Polish food pierogi, Snorer, who's demonstrating the comfort of a certain hotel, and Film Buff, who is riding a projector outside the excellent New Horizons independent cinema.
Not quite the same, but I've done different challenges like this. On our vlog channel, I went around Southampton, and you get like a map and it shows you different memorials, signs, locations such as pubs for the Titanic. And you walk around and it tells the story of the Titanic. And it is really cool to do. And what you're doing is you walk around the city, you're seeing all different parts of the city that you may not have seen before. And this is very much the same. You're going around looking for these dwarfs, but actually, look, you're learning about, for example, the fact that there's the cinema there or different other locations that are in Wrocław. So, you know, it's a great way to explore a city in a fun way.
New dwarfs are being created all the time, in keeping with the fast-developing nature of Wrocław, like this dwarfkestra, outside the modern National Forum of Music building.
So good, so good.
The Dwarfs of Wrocław are a fantastically unique, refreshing, alternative way of viewing the city. Loved by people of all ages, they're celebrated with their very own festival every September, with games, activities, competitions and more. Searching for the inhabitants of the city of Dwarfs will teach you something about local history. It will tempt you to places you may have otherwise not seen, and of course it will take you to all the major tourist information points. Why not start in front of the superb Tourist Information Centre? You'll find it behind the Tourist Dwarf.
So cool, so cool. I love that. I absolutely love it. I'd love to know if you have found all of the dwarfs. Let me know in the comments. I say about my trip around Southampton, because I live close, looking for all the things of the Titanic, the signs, the pubs, for example. There's also a local town, village, whatever you want to call it near me, called Bishop's Waltham, where I also did a vlog, and you have to answer a quiz. And one question takes you to another place, and then that takes you to another place. And you learn about the history via a fun quiz. And it's so good to be able to learn about a city in an interactive way. I think it just makes it so much more interesting for kids and adults. That's what's so good. So I love that this city has got that. And it's just, if you're walking down the road and you see little dwarfs, that just brightens your day anyway, doesn't it? Seeing something different and something maybe a little bit silly. And I can just imagine walking down the street and it puts a smile on so many people's faces, no doubt. Have you been to see the dwarfs? Let me know in the comments down below. Or does your city have anything similar? Not necessarily dwarfs, but a way for tourists to go around the city exploring via, for example, something similar to dwarfs, searching for different things. Let me know as well. Make sure you like and subscribe. It helps the channel massively, and I'll catch you next time.